Alright, yeah, we back. So you know what I'm saying, let's see here. So we left off on 13, Luke 13, chapter 13, verse 14. But the leader in charge of the synagogues was indignant that Jesus had healed her on the Sabbath day. There are 6 days of the week for working, he said to the crowd. Come on those days to be healed, not the Sabbath. But the Lord replied, you hypocrite, you work on the Sabbath day. Don't you untie your ox or your donkey for their stalls on the Sabbath and lead them out for water? Wasn't it necessary for me, even on the Sabbath day, to free this dear woman from the bondage in which Satan has held her for 18 years? This shamed his enemies, and all the people rejoiced at the wonderful things he did. All right, so we're going to go, first of all, we see that Jesus is pretty sharp with his words, you know what I'm saying? He don't no curse words or anything, and he doesn't lose his temper. But, you know what I'm saying, he's like, hey, you hypocrites, you know what I'm saying? Because you're saying one thing, you're saying you obey God, you know what I'm saying, everything, but a God says, love thy neighbor as thy love thyself, love thy Lord, you know what I'm saying, with all the heart, strength, you know what I'm saying, and mind and soul, you know what I'm saying, and you fulfill all the laws. But with them, they're saying, okay, well, the Sabbath is not, you know what I'm saying, that's the most important, not my fellow brother that needs healing. You know what I'm saying? That's cold-blooded. And guess what? Jesus didn't have to say, shut up, you know what I'm saying, none of that. He told them the truth. Like, hey, you telling me that you can work and give your donkey and ox water on the Sabbath day, you work, but I can't heal this woman that's been, for 18 years, been crippled by a demon, you know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine, bent over. You know what I'm saying? What is that? You know what I'm saying?
Man, and he called them hypocrites.
Hypocrites, you know what I'm saying? Exclamation point.
Yeah, they'll lead the ox and the donkey for something for their benefit.
Yeah.
That's okay. That type of work is okay. Yeah. But when you help somebody else, you can't do that.
A human being.
A human being.
Yeah.
You can't do that on the Sabbath.
Yeah, that's cold-blooded, man.
Cold, man.
Yeah, so let me see. And he shamed all his enemies by telling them the truth. And you can't dispute the truth. All right, so now we go to the next verse 18, illustration of the mustard seed. Then Jesus said, what is the kingdom of heaven? What is the kingdom of God like? How can I illustrate it? It is like a tiny mustard seed planted in a garden. It grows and becomes a tree, and the birds come and find shelter among its branches. All right, so we're getting into what is the kingdom like. Of course, everybody has these questions. What is the kingdom of God like? What is the kingdom of heaven like? All right, so we got, how can I illustrate it? He asking questions, you know what I'm saying, but he finna get the answer. It's like a tiny mustard seed, very tiny, you know what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven, tiny, all right? But and it's planted in a garden, big old field. I feel like the garden is the world, you know what I'm saying? And it grows and becomes a tree. So this little seed, when it was planted, you know what I'm saying, Jesus, you know what I'm saying, when it was planted, God, you know what I'm saying, God of Israel, Jesus, when it was planted in the world, it was small at first, of course. But just like with Jesus' message, the gospel, it was small at first, but now it's spreading all across the whole world, all four corners. It's hitting surfaces everywhere. Everybody got radio, satellite, TV, internet. Everybody is getting there. Things get there to people in a millisecond. So, you know what I'm saying? And then guess what? We got the birds. So you got the trees, then you got us, the birds, the people who believe in Jesus. Those are the birds that come and find shade and shelter and food, everything we need, because that's how God protects us, you know what I'm saying, in the kingdom. Right here on earth, you know what I'm saying? It's here, you know what I'm saying? We are in the kingdom of heaven right now, you know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Illustration of the yeast. He also asked, what else is the kingdom of God like? It is like yeast used by a woman making bread. Even though she used a large amount of flour, the yeast permeated every part of the dough. All right, so let's see here. We got yeast. You know what I'm saying? I guess is this another small amount? You know what I'm saying? And then it's spreading around.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, because you put the yeast in there, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
Right, it's so not. It'll rise.
Okay, so it's another one just saying how it's at the bottom, and then at the end it rises up at the top, and it takes over the whole thing. That's what this is saying to me. That's what I get from it. Even though she used a large amount of flour, the yeast permeated every part of the dough, meaning the light shined through. You know what I'm saying? Through every part.
To control.
Yeah, took control of the whole thing. When at first the flour, the bad, the evil, possibly, you know what I'm saying? That and then it got took over, you know what I'm saying, by the good, God, you know what I'm saying, the end, revelation, you know what I'm saying, that we win, you know what I'm saying, it takes it over.
Right. But it's also talking about how it says it is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. Okay. How do we get to the kingdom of God? It's through Jesus.
Right.
And then so this is also talking about how the kingdom of God, we're not going to see the kingdom of God until it's complete, until the whole is leavened, until Jesus comes back, until his return comes back.
Right.
So that's also what he's talking about. That's talking about referring to the kingdom of God, because that's when we will see the kingdom of God. When all of everything is fulfilled, when he comes back on that final day for the rapture, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's when the kingdom will be fulfilled, like the full month.
Right. And also talk about how to enter the kingdom.
All right, we about to get to this narrow door right now. A lot of people want to know about the narrow door, right? All right, so here we go. Verse 22. Jesus went through the towns and villages, teaching as he went, always pressing on towards Jerusalem. Someone asked him, "Lord, will only a few be saved?" He replied, "The door to heaven is narrow. Work hard to get in, because many will try to enter. But when the head of the house has locked the door, it will be too late. Then you will stand outside knocking and pleading, 'Lord, open the door for us.' But he will reply, 'I do not know you.' You will say, 'But we ate and drank with you, and you taught in our streets.' And he will reply, 'I tell you, I don't know you. Go away, and all you who do evil.' And there will be great weeping and gnashing of teeth, for you will see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets within the kingdom of God, but you will be thrown out. Then people will come from all over the world to take their places in the kingdom of God. And note this, some who are despised now will be greatly honored then, and some who are greatly honored now will be despised then." All right, so let me see here. We got
mine's a little bit more colder, because my verse 27 says, "But he shall say," as talking about when you're crying out to God, these people, "I tell you, I know you not whence ye are. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity." He's saying, "Depart from me."
Yeah, get away from me, because that's the ultimate. The sin, the penalty for sin is separation from the Lord.
Man, can you imagine God saying that after these people thought they were doing the right thing?
Yeah, they thought they did.
They thought they were doing the right thing, and for God to tell them that, it's cold-blooded, man.
They thought. That's kind of like when they were talking about Lord, Lord, you know what I'm saying? They prophesied and they named his name and everything, but he's going to say, "Depart from me, I did not know you. I do not know you. Because you workers of iniquity." Same exact line.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. We got 8:25. Let's go ahead and break that one down, and then
we should start the new one on.
We'll start the new one on Jerusalem. Okay, narrow door. You know what I'm saying? We got the door to heaven is narrow. Work hard to get in. So you got to work. You know what I'm saying? To get in, working hard means following Jesus' instructions. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. And but when the head of the house has locked the door, which is Jesus, the head of the house is Jesus. When he's locked the door, and this is just like the bridesmaid parable or the 10 virgins parable. You know what I'm saying? When he closed that door, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting in at that. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to go with the 7-year tribulation.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, because if you don't get in, and you are part of that time when the rapture and all that is going down, which we are, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be bold and say it, we definitely are. Don't know what time or hour, but it's going to happen in our generation. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. It will be too late. Then same exact scenario, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get in, but he going to reply, "I do not know you," you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't follow my true way. You didn't follow what the Bible said. You follow what man said. You know what I'm saying? You didn't follow my instruction. Now, if a man is saying the same thing that the Bible is saying, follow that man. Because that's just like following God. But if that man is not saying what the Bible is saying, please do not follow him. He is false. He's not real. If the person that you're talking to can't tell you, if he can't find what he's talking about, the principle that he's talking about in the Bible, I wouldn't take it as fact until he showed